Jack and Jill want up the...
No.
Yep, I have candy for the people who answer questions. Three of you answered, I heard. One. Who else answered? Two. One more person. Was it you?
Okay. I didn't say it very loudly.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, okay, so then here's another one that everybody knows. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty had a big
Ball.
Yes. A lot of people. Thanks. Who else? Anyone else? Yep, so that's another famous one. And then also students learn songs when they're little that you hear over and over again, but they're actually learning stuff behind the songs. Like here's a popular one that everybody knows about it, the ABCs. You sing the ABCs and you just know it as a song, but you're actually learning the alphabet while you're singing it. So that's a good way for students to learn. And here's another one. Anybody know what this is?
Finger on the Rosy.
Yes. That was you, Rick. Anyone else answered? Who wants candy? No one? Okay. No one wants to play. Okay, does anybody know where this story actually originally came from in the 1600s in England?
It was with the plague, wasn't it? Or something
Yeah,
like
the
that?
Black Plague.
Yeah.
And nobody knows that anymore. Well, some people do, but most people don't know that. But this actually came from the Black Plague. The rosies were like these little rashes with pus that they got all over them. And then the ring would go around it. And when the ring went around it, that's when it was ring around the rosy. And it was a really bad disease. And that's when they would call the people. And then when they called the people, they would get the posies and they'd put it in your pocket after you died. And that was insinuating that don't touch this dead body or else you'll probably catch the plague. And when people were handling it, they had to handle it with care of the dead bodies. And then we all fall down is insinuating that you die. And then ashes is because they burned the bodies afterwards because they didn't want this thing to spread at all. And that was the best way of preventing it that they thought. On a happier note, when I did my observation hours, I was doing an elementary school class and it was a kindergarten class. And the week I was there, we were learning about the letter A. So what the teacher did every morning was she would sing, A stands for A, A stands for A, A stands for A, and the whole class would sing it too. And that day, if somebody had to go to the bathroom or something, they would say, the teacher would say, what does A stand for? And if they didn't know the answer, then she would get the whole class and she would say, let's sing the song, and then they'd sing it over and over again. And then she'd ask again, she goes, what does A stand for? And then when they answered, they can go to the bathroom. By Friday, everybody knew it. Monday, some kids were struggling, the smarter kids knew, but some of them needed a little bit of help. But by Friday, like when I was leaving, when kids were packing up, eating lunch, playing on the playground, playing with toys, they were just singing it on their own. So that was a good way to teach them what A stood for. So that's, again, to prove this theory, right? And then here's a video I wanted to show. This is for older. Oh, sorry.
What's flashing at the bottom? Maybe.
Oh, okay. This is for older students who aren't gonna like really sing nursery rhymes anymore, but they still would prefer to learn by singing. And a teacher did this in her class. Yeah, a teacher did this in her class, and it really worked for her students. Like, they learned it in a rap song way. So I'll just give you an example of what I'm talking about. Yeah, so you get the idea of that one. And then there's one more. And then this one is this is another way where Hannah Montana in class, she had this big bone cast.
Now I take it home with the varietal bone. It might be crazy, but I learned that way. Temporal and frontal too, and now I'm finding through. That makes 206. I found a way that clicks. Everybody knows the bones, just had to find a way. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, that's how I'll get an A. Stuart, I thought I told you. Give her a chance, please. My bone has many parts, and this is where it starts. Phalanges, I have 10, and metatarsals then. I got some tarsals too. I'll put them in my shoe. She's down in the truth. The fibula is next, according to my text. Then comes the tibia, that ain't no fibia. And now I'm up to my knee. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the patella to me. We're doing the bone dance, you study.
So to wrap things up, it's just pretty much students learn really good by doing all this. So this is a good way for students to learn, and it engages the class, and you can do it at any age. And it's just easier because when you're doing the test, you think back to the song and you start singing it in your head, and then when you sing it in your head, you're like, oh yeah, that's the answer. And then there's a lot of theories like this, like PEMDAS for math, and just a bunch of different ways to memorize stuff. So there we go.